Hi everybody, how are you doing? Thank you for joining me today for what will be the last shave of the year here at Friendship Shaving. Now I thought I would use some of my favourite items and look back at a couple of the items that I've used in the year that were particularly good and a couple that didn't quite make the mark for me. So my razor today is the recent release from Gillette. It is the Gillette Heritage razor, which I like very much indeed. I know it is an R89 head, but I'm finding it to be phenomenal with this particular handle. And without any word of exaggeration, it's one of my best razors. I absolutely love it. The soap that I'm going to be using today is a soap from my homeland, Albion. It's got the Queen's head on the top there that you can see, and I love that. I really, really like that. This soap is where I'm from. My heritage is spread out throughout the whole of the UK. I think we're very rarely from just one place. I like this. It is a scent that is bright and vibrant and light. And it always picks me up if I'm feeling a little bit under the weather or a little bit down. This is one of the ones that I grab. It's pretty much always been in my den, so it's a good soap. Now the razor blade could be a hit, it could be a miss, but I'm not giving up on Voskhod. I'll talk more about this later. So I'm going to open a new packet. This one is wrapped in cellophane. I'm going to take a blade out and pop it into my razor. And we'll see if I get a good Voskhod blade. They've been not so good for me recently. But I remember the first time I used a Voskhod. It was unbelievably good. It was ultra smooth, ultra comfortable for me, and it was just absolutely fantastic. So this one has Voskhod Teflon coated on one side and in Russian on the other side. Voskhod and Teflon with the Rapira trademark there, the logo. So we'll pop that into the Heritage. Fingers crossed, this is a good blade. There are two pre-shaves that I've discovered this year. Now one of them I should have had on really already, but one of them is the cube from PAA, and I've got a little piece of my cube in this nice black tub here. But the product that I'm really loving at the moment is the Parasso White. It is their new formulation, as I've said before. It is currently only available in Italy. I believe they have reformulated their entire range of Proraso White. I'm not sure about the rest of their range. But there is a new Proraso White aftershave balm, and I think after Christmas you will likely see that in the den, because the scent on that is just phenomenal and it is a great product. So they're my two pre-shaves that I've really liked this year. Today I'm going to be using my rubber set 203. There we are, go back there. If I move forward, something goes wrong with the camera. But this is a lovely brush. It is my boar bristle brush. I'm going to take that straight to a dry pack for about 30 seconds. I love the vintage styling of this. This is a really nice one. I was pleased to get this. I gave it a little polish earlier today just to tart the handle up a little bit. But that style is super comfortable for me, and this is a very nice brush indeed. It's the only boar bristle brush that I've got. It is, although it is a restored brush, it is, I believe, an Omega boar bristle brush, and I tend to prefer Omega boar to the Simone. Oh, excuse me guys. Oh, I don't know what went on there, that was really strange. Anyway, back to the shave. So I'm going to just wet my face and start putting this lather on my face. Now, a couple of brushes that I have really enjoyed this year. Of course, I need to mention, and I've got it over here, let me just reach across. I need to mention the Macy, the Friendship Shaving Brush. You can still buy this from Frank Shaving. It's an absolute wonder for me. Really nice brush, but what made it special was that Ming Lee from Frank Shaving got in touch with me and asked if he could make me a brush. He took on my designs. Now, as somebody that just does these videos for a hobby, if you find some of my old videos, you'll find out why I started making these videos. So, for somebody to come and say, can we make a brush for you? It was just phenomenal. I never imagined it would happen. I never even gave it a thought. And when it did, it freaked me out, to be honest. But it's been wonderful to have the Macy and to use it. And my other favourite brush from this year is another Frank Shaving brush. It is this one. This was made for me in that I think it came on their website in a 20mm brush, and I asked if I could have a 22, and they just made it up for me. You know, absolutely brilliant. And of course it is the G4 synthetic knot, which is my favourite synthetic knot. I think it's an absolutely fantastic knot. I must admit, I do find myself lately coming away from badger hair knots and natural hairs. I think maybe in the new year and next year you will see more synthetics on the channel and maybe more boar bristle brushes. I find that as I have some badger hair brushes, I don't really feel the need to have any more. No matter how nice the shaving brush handle might be, I'm quite happy to put a synthetic in it. Well, they're my thoughts at the moment anyway, so we'll see how that goes. Guys, I smell wonderful with this soap. It's great. Now the Voskhod. Fingers crossed for the Voskhod. You know, there's been a conversation on the Friendship Shaving Facebook group, and I'd just like to mention James Haywood and Last Davy for participating and starting that off. Okay, it's not bad. Do you know, I had a shave the other day with a Voskhod and it was awful. It was really awful. You know, sometimes you get a blade and it just feels a bit rough. The Astra SP is one of those. For me. It wasn't like that, it was worse than that. It pulled and tugged, and I got to about this stage and I threw it away. I would say that I was using a blunt blade. It was truly awful. Now this one is not perfect. It's a little rough, but it's certainly better than any Voskhod that I've used recently. I seem to have had from different sources just lots of really poor Voskhod blades. Did you know there are two packets? Two different packets. There's one, and it's got, you can see by my finger there, it's got the Rapira logo. And here's the other one, and there's no logo. Now it seems that the gentleman I mentioned earlier seem to believe they are different incarnations of the blade, different packaging. But I have to say, out of either packet, I haven't had a good Voskhod blade for a very, very long time. So I'm afraid they are definitely a miss for me, and I certainly won't buy any more because, you know, why would you waste your money? So whatever's going on there are Voskhod blades going out worldwide that are shocking. So I only hope that you've got some good ones. As I say, they used to be wonderful. It's making me wonder about the rest of the Rapira blades from that same factory. I have some. I have some that I will be using, and we shall see if they are any good or not. Something for the new year. Now, I've lost a bit of soap. It's disappeared out my brush. So I'm just going to go back to my puck. I'm going to add a little water to my puck and just pick up a drop more soap. You know, when I first started, it used to really concern me if I couldn't get 3 good passes out of a brush loaded full of soap. But as you can see, you know, it's no bother, is it, just to go back to the puck. There we are. Now, what about some razors? I've been blessed this year. I've been looking back through my videos, or the video list. Tried some wonderful razors this year. So there were a couple that I really liked, and obviously this is one of them. But I really loved the Game Changer from Razor Rock. I used the .68 blade gap, and I thought it was a stunning razor. I know Razor Rock have brought some exceptional products to the market, but I think their Game Changer is really phenomenal. I would like to try a .84, and maybe I will at some point, but that was one that I particularly liked. Thought it was a lovely weight, a lovely shave. Just good all round. Now, you see me here today, and I'm actually really relieved, because before I came to record, I thought I'd lost a razor. And it wasn't my cheap disposable Wilkinson sword razor. No, it wasn't that one. It was my silversmith from Colonial Razors. I spent an hour looking for it, wondering where on earth it was. And what I did was, I'll show you in a minute, but I used to keep my Uncle Morris's Gillette Slim in a nice wooden case. And what I did was I put the Slim in a display cabinet now, with some other razors that I've started to collect, and I forgot that I put the silversmith in the case. It took me a while to find it, but I can tell you I was relieved. I went to pick it up from its usual spot and it was just gone. And I was thinking, have I lent it to somebody? What on earth? What's happened? But it's here. I've got it here. in this little wooden case. This is a great razor, stainless steel razor. It shaves beautifully and I love the handle. And Colonial Razor's got a new razor out with a new handle and it looks phenomenal. So yeah, that's another definite hit for me. A very enjoyable razor indeed. And one that I liked that surprised me, once I got used to it, was the One Blade Genesis. A bit unusual at first for a DE shaver. But no, I like that one. I'm not sure it would be worth me buying one. I don't think it would replace a double-edged safety razor, but I did enjoy it very much indeed. And I know for a little while there was a half-price sale on some of those One Blades, so it's worth looking out for. Certainly if I was a cartridge user, that would be what I would go for. That is a phenomenal razor. So a couple that didn't quite make the mark. Well, I'm sad to say the Rex Ambassador. The most recent one I tried was just awful for me. It was aggressive on all settings, even the lower settings. It made me sore, it irritated me. And I found in a video that a lot of you were very similar. Now the earlier version, before they altered the head design, that was a great razor. But this new head design, it's not for me. The leaf didn't quite work out as well as I hoped it would. But then with 3 blades in a razor, you know, it's just not for me. I enjoyed using it, but I had terrible after effects and razor bumps, and I was putting antibiotic cream on for ages. Antiseptic cream even. And this year I think I've come away from using my straight razors. I always said that I liked the challenge of being able to shave with a straight razor, but I just don't find them to be as comfortable a shave or as good a shave as I get with a safety razor. So I may keep one for old time's sake, but I think I will move on some of my straights. I think you're possibly seeing the re-emergence of safety razors in the den for the next year. Do you know there's so much to talk about? I haven't even started on soaps really, have I? Well, there are 2 that I really love this year. I really loved the A&E, and I've got it here, Cacao Luxuria. that was a really nice soap. It's one of my favourites. The reason it's my favourite is because it's a chocolate soap, and I never thought that I would enjoy a chocolate scented soap. It turns out I love it, and it goes really brilliant with something like my Nivea Sensitive. It's a fantastic thing. I might even get an aftershave to match it. Really, really nice. And the other soap that I particularly loved, I had on loan from Malcolm, and it was the Martin de Condra Vetiver shaving soap. That was phenomenal. The scent on that is just wonderful. And I never really knew what vetiver smelled like before. You see it in other soaps, but unless you know what it smells like, you can't pick up a soap and go, oh yeah, there's vetiver in that. You have to know first. So Martin de Condra Vetiver was, oh, what a wonderful soap. What a wonderful soap. Now, aftershave. I've got it over here if I don't manage to knock everything off, because it's a bit tight, my shelf. Phew, I've done it. Well, there's only really one, isn't there? Yes, it's a Brasso Green. This is my favourite. I have been enjoying the PAA aftershave, Future Precision. That's really nice, and that's not too easy to say. But Brasso Green, always my favourite. And I'm just hoping that the Brasso Balm that comes out in the tea tree and oat is just as nice. It's not tea tree, is it? It's green tree. Green tea. Oh my goodness me, I need all of them. Well, that is my shave for today. I hope you found that interesting. Now, as I say, it is the last shaving video for this year. I will come back in between Christmas and New Year and probably do a Sunday sit down. And if I find that there's nothing much on the television this year, well, I might do a couple of 10-minute tip videos just to put something out there. It's a little bit addictive, this making videos. So whatever you're doing this year, I hope you have a good year. And if you're one of these people that don't get on so well with Christmas, well, you look after yourselves, and I hope you get through it. To all of you, thank you for watching for the last year, and I'll see you on the flip side. Take care now.